Welcome to Sleep Night Space. If you're listening to this, it means the day is finally over. The noise of the world has faded. The demands on your time have ceased. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, except right here, drifting with us into the quiet dark. Tonight, we are leaving the solar system behind. We are engaging the engines and pushing out into the deep, velvet black of interstellar space. Imagine you are floating in a capsule, safe, warm, and weightless. Outside the window, the Earth is just a pale blue dot, shrinking smaller and smaller until it is just another star in the sky. We're going to visit the edges of the known universe tonight. We will drift past black holes that bend time itself. We will see stars that are colder than ice. And we will float through clouds of diamond dust. You are safe here. The universe is vast, and it holds you gently. Gravity is no longer pulling on your shoulders. Your thoughts are no longer heavy. They're just floating, drifting like dust motes in a sunbeam. So, take a deep breath. Let the air fill your lungs slowly, and let it out even slower. Feel your body sink into the mattress. Feel the tension dissolve. We have a long journey ahead, but you don't need to stay awake for it. Let my voice be just a frequency, a background hum, guiding you into sleep. The silence of the vacuum space is not just quiet. It is the definition of silence. On Earth, sound travels by vibrating air molecules. But out here, between the stars, there are no molecules to carry the sound. If two planets collided right next to us, we would see the destruction, the rocks shattering, the dust clouds billowing, but we would hear nothing. Absolute, perfect silence. A library that stretches for infinity, where no whisper has ever been heard. The coldest place we are passing, the Boomerang Nebula now, is a ghost-like cloud of gas about 5,000 light years from Earth. It is the coldest natural place in the known universe. The temperature here is minus 458 degrees Fahrenheit. That is just 1 degree above absolute zero. It is colder than the empty void itself. The gas is expanding so fast at 370,000 miles per hour that it freezes everything it touches instantly. A frozen breath, held for eternity. The Diamond Planet. Imagine a world made of crystal. This is 55 Cancri. It orbits a star 40 light years away. It is twice the size of Earth, but 8 times as heavy, because it is rich in carbon and the pressure is immense. Scientists believe its interior is made of diamond, not just small gems, but a mantle of diamond, thousands of miles thick. It glitters in the dark, a planet-sized jewel, untouched and unreachable. The taste of the Milky Way in the center of our galaxy. There is a giant cloud of dust called Sagittarius B2. Astronomers have analyzed its light and found a chemical called ethyl formate. On Earth, this is the chemical that gives raspberries their flavor and rum its smell. Imagine drifting through a cloud that spans light years, smelling faintly of rum and tasting of sweet raspberries. The universe is cooking in the cold dark. A year on Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. It moves incredibly fast. It completes an orbit around the sun in just 88 Earth days, but it spins very slowly on its axis. One day on Mercury, from sunrise to sunrise, takes 176 Earth days. That means A day on Mercury is twice as long as a year on Mercury. Imagine watching the sun rise, and it takes months to set. A slow, scorching, endless afternoon. The great red spot on Jupiter. There is a storm. It is a hurricane larger than the Earth itself. It has been raging for at least 350 years. Winds blow at 400 miles per hour. But recently, it has been shrinking. Once, it could fit 3 Earths inside it. Now, only one. It is a dying storm, spinning itself out, a red eye slowly closing in the deep atmosphere of a gas giant. Sunset on Mars. If you stood on the dusty plains of Mars and watched the sun go down, you would see something strange. On Earth, sunsets are red and orange. But on Mars, the dust in the atmosphere scatters the light differently. The sunset on Mars is blue, a cool, pale blue glow surrounding shrinking sun, a quiet blue twilight before the freezing night begins. The pillars of creation, these are towers of gas and dust standing in the Eagle Nebula. They look solid like stone, pillars in a desert, but they are trillions of miles tall. Inside these clouds, new stars are being born. Knots of gas are collapsing under gravity, igniting in a nuclear fire, but we will never see them. They are hidden inside the dust, sleeping stars wrapped in blankets of nebula. The Lonely Planet, there is a planet called PSOJ 318.5-22. It does not orbit a star. It floats alone in the darkness. It is a rogue planet. Maybe it was kicked out of its solar system billions of years ago, or maybe it formed alone. It has no sunrise, no sunset, just eternal night. It drifts through the galaxy, a lonely traveler, forever wandering in the dark. Rain of glass on the planet HD 189733b. The weather is deadly beautiful. It is a deep, azure blue planet, but it is not water that makes it blue. It is silicate particles in the atmosphere. The winds blow at 5,000 miles per hour, and because it is so hot, it rains molten glass. And because of the wind, the glass rain falls sideways. A storm of horizontal, slicing glass, screaming through the blue sky. The moon is leaving us. The moon feels permanent, but it is slowly drifting away. Every year, it moves about 1.5 inches farther from Earth, about the same speed that your fingernails grow. Millions of years ago, the moon was much closer and looked huge in the sky. Billions of years from now, it will be a small, distant, a slow, long goodbye, measured in inches and eons. The ringed giant, we think Saturn has big rings. But there is an exoplanet called J1407b. Its ring system is 200 times larger than Saturn's. If it replaced Saturn in our sky, its rings would be bigger than the full moon. We would see them easily during the day. A giant celestial arch spanning the heavens. Millions of miles of ice and rock dancing in a perfect circle. The heart of the sun, light travels very fast. It takes 8 minutes for light to get from the sun to Earth. But that light started its journey in the sun's core a long time ago. Inside the sun, the plasma is so dense that a photon of light bounces around randomly like a ball in a pinball machine. It can take 100,000 years for that photon to escape the core and reach the surface. The sunlight warming your face today was born before human history began. The sound of a black hole in the Perseus galaxy cluster. There is a black hole. Astronomers discover that pressure waves are rippling out from it. These waves create a sound, but it is too low for humans to hear. It is a B flat, but it is 57 octaves below middle C. It is a deep, humming drone that has been singing for millions of years, a cosmic note vibrating through the gas of the galaxy. The water cloud around a black hole called a quasar. Astronomers found a cloud of water vapor. It is the largest reservoir of water ever discovered. It holds 140 trillion times more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. It is not liquid, but a mist of warm fog, floating in the deep universe. Enough water to drown a galaxy, hanging in the void. The planet of ice and fire glaze 436b is a strange world. It is as close to its star as Mercury is to the sun. It is incredibly hot, over 800 degrees Fahrenheit, but it is covered in ice. How can ice exist in fire? The gravity of the planet is so strong. It crushes the water molecules together, preventing them from evaporating. It is called burning ice. Solid, hot, and under crushing pressure. The galactic year, our solar system, is moving. We orbit the center of the Milky Way galaxy. We are moving at 500,000 miles per hour. But the galaxy is so huge. It takes us 230 million years to make one circle. This is a galactic year. The last time we were in this spot in the galaxy, dinosaurs were just beginning to evolve. We have only traveled a tiny arc in the history of humanity. The largest volcano, Mars, has a volcano called Olympus Mons. It is the largest volcano in the solar system. It is 3 times the height of Mount Everest. It is so wide that if you stood the base, you could not see the peak. It would be hidden over the curve of the planet. It has been quiet for millions of years. A sleeping giant, red dust settling on its slopes forever. Voyager 1 in 1977. We launched Voyager 1. It is now the farthest human-made object from Earth. It has left the solar system. It is drifting in interstellar space. It carries a golden record with sound of Earth, whales singing, thunder, greetings in 55 languages. It is silent now, drifting at 38,000 miles per hour. A message in a bottle, floating in the cosmic ocean, waiting for someone to find it. The smell of space astronauts who come back from spacewalks report a strange smell on their suits. They say space smells like seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. It is the smell of dying stars, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, the exhaust fumes of the universe, clinging to the fabric of our suits. Neutron stars, when a giant star dies, it collapses. It squeezes a sun's worth of mass into a ball the size of a city. This is a neutron star. It is incredibly dense. A single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh 1 billion tons. If you dropped a marshmallow on its surface, it would hit with the force of an atomic bomb. Gravity crushed to its limit. The great attractor, our galaxy, is moving. Not just spinning, but being pulled. We are being pulled towards something hundreds of millions of light years away. We call it the Great Attractor. We can't see what it is. It is hidden behind the dust of our own galaxy. But thousands of galaxies are flowing towards it, like a river flowing downhill into a mysterious, unseen basin. Saturn's hexagon, Saturn has a storm at its north pole, but is not round. It is a perfect hexagon, 6 straight sides. Each side is wider than the Earth. It spins and changes color with the seasons, from blue to gold, a geometric wonder, churning in the clouds, mathematics written in gas. The cold spot, there's a spot in the universe that is unusually cold. It is called the CMB cold spot. It is vast, a billion light years across. Some scientists think it might be a super void, a massive region of space with nothing in it. No stars, no galaxies, just darkness. Or maybe it is the bruise from a collision with another universe. The star that eats planets, there is a star named WASP-12, is slowly eating its own planet. The planet orbits so close that the star's gravity is pulling it apart. The planet is stretched into the shape of an egg. Material is streaming off it, spiraling into the star. In 10 million years, the planet will be gone, consumed completely, leaving no trace. The mirror, planet LTT 9779b, is the most reflective planet known. It is covered in metallic clouds, clouds made of titanium and silicate. It reflects 80% of the light that hits it. It acts like a giant mirror in space. If you flew close to it, you wouldn't see a planet's surface. You would see the reflection of the galaxy staring back at you. Time dilation, gravity bends time. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. Near a black hole, time almost stops. If you spend an hour near a black hole event horizon, years might pass back on Earth. You would return younger than your children. Time is not a straight line. It is a river that flows at different speeds around the heavy stones of the universe. The pale blue dot. The Voyager probe took a photo of Earth from 3.7 billion miles away. Earth looks like a tiny speck of dust, suspended in a sunbeam. Every person you have ever known, every king and peasant, every war and peace treaty happened on that pixel, a mote of dust floating in a vast, indifferent dark. The Oort cloud far beyond Pluto, there's a shell of icy debris. It surrounds our entire solar system. It is called the Oort cloud. It is where comets are born, trillions of frozen rocks drifting slowly in the cold. It marks the edge of the sun's dominance. Beyond it is the true, deep interstellar space. Magnetic shields, we are alive because of invisible shields. Earth has a magnetic field. It stretches out into space. It protects us from the solar wind, a stream of radiation from the sun. When a solar wind hits our shield, it glows. This creates the aurora borealis, the northern lights, beautiful ribbons of green and purple. They are the visible sign of our planet protecting us. The dark side of the moon, we only ever see one face of the moon. It is tidally locked to Earth. The far side is not always dark. It gets sunlight just like the near side, but we never see it. It is rugged, filled with craters. It has a thicker crust. Radio silence is perfect there. A quiet place, hidden from human eyes, forever facing the stars. Galactic cannibalism galaxies are not static. They eat each other. The Milky Way is currently consuming smaller dwarf galaxies. Streams of stars are being pulled into our spiral arms. And in 4 billion years, we will collide with the Andromeda Galaxy. But space is so empty that stars will likely not crash into each other. The two galaxies will pass through each other like ghosts and merge into one new giant. Gold from collisions. The gold ring on your finger has a violent history. Gold is too heavy to form in normal stars. It is created when two neutron stars collide. A massive explosion, kilonova. It sprays gold and platinum into the universe. That dust eventually formed Earth. Every atom of gold was forged in a cosmic catastrophe billions of years ago. The expanding universe, the universe, is getting bigger. Every second, galaxies are moving away from us. The space between them is stretching. Dark energy is pushing everything apart. In the far distant future, other galaxies will be so far away, their light will never reach us. Our sky will be dark, except for our own local stars. A lonely, expanding silence. Enceladus is a small moon of Saturn. It is covered in white ice. It is the most reflective object in the solar system. But at its south pole, there are cracks, tiger stripes. They shoot geysers of water vapor into space. Beneath the ice, there is a warm, salty ocean, hidden in the dark, waiting. The Fermi paradox. There are billions of stars like our sun. Many have planets like Earth. The universe is old. So, where is everyone? This is the Fermi paradox. Are we the first? Are we the last? Or are they quiet? Maybe they are listening, just like you're listening now. But the silence remains. Rogue black holes. Most black holes stay in the center of galaxies. But some are wanderers, kicked out by collisions. They drift through space, invisible. We only know they are there if they pass in front of a star and bend its light. Silent, invisible gravity wells, moving through the dark. The age of starlight. When you look at the stars, you're looking back in time. The light from the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, took 4 years to get here. The light from the Andromeda Galaxy left 2.5 million years ago, when early humans were just learning to make tools. The sky is a time machine, a map of the past glowing in the present. Iron stars in the incredibly distant future. Long after all stars have died, matter might transform. Through quantum tunneling, all matter might slowly turn to iron. Stars will become cold spheres of iron. Iron stars. They will drift in a black universe. Nothing will happen anymore. Just cold, iron, silence. The Boötes void. There is a region of space that is almost completely empty. The Boötes void. It is 330 million light years across. We should see thousands of galaxies there, but we see only 60. If the Milky Way were inside the Boötes void, we wouldn't have known other galaxies existed until the 1960s. It is a lonely place, a hole in the universe. Pulsars are rotating neutron stars. They spin incredibly fast. Some spin hundreds of times a second. They shoot beams of radiation from their poles, like a lighthouse. Sweep, sweep, sweep. We can hear them with radio telescopes. They sound like a clock ticking or a buzz, the most accurate clocks in the universe, keeping time in the dark. The Great Wall galaxies are not scattered randomly. They form structures, webs, filaments, walls. The Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall is a structure of galaxies 10 billion light years long. It is the biggest thing in the universe, a vast network of light stretching across the observable cosmos. Dark matter, when we look at galaxies spinning, they spin too fast. Visible matter is not enough to hold them together. There must be something else. Invisible glue. We call it dark matter. It makes up 27% of the universe. It passes right through you. It is everywhere, but we can't see it. We only feel its gravity. The end of the sun, our sun, is a middle-aged star. In 5 billion years, it will run out of fuel. It will swell into a red giant. It will swallow Mercury and Venus, maybe even Earth. Then it will shed its outer layers and become a small, white dwarf, a glowing ember, cooling slowly for the rest of eternity. Cryovolcanoes on Pluto and Titan volcanoes do not erupt lava. They erupt ice, water, ammonia, methane, slushy ice oozing out of the ground, freezing instantly in the vacuum, building mountains of ice. Under a dim, distant sun, cosmic rays space is filled with high-energy particles. Cosmic rays, they come from exploding stars. They travel at nearly the speed of light. They strike Earth's atmosphere constantly. Right now, tiny particles are passing through your body, messengers from a supernova thousands of light years away, passing through you without leaving a trace. The observable universe, the universe might be infinite, but we can only see part of it. The observable universe, a bubble 93 billion light years across. Beyond that, the light hasn't had time to reach us. There could be anything out there. More galaxies, more stars, or nothing at all. We are trapped in our bubble of light. Gamma ray bursts, these are the brightest explosions in the universe. When a massive star collapses into a black hole, it shoots a jet of energy. In 10 seconds, it releases more energy than our sun will in its entire lifetime. If one happened nearby, it would wipe out our ozone layer. But they're far away, brief flashes, lighting up the distant dark. Spaghettification: if you fell into a black hole, gravity would pull your feet stronger than your head. You would be stretched, thinner and thinner, like a noodle. Scientists actually call this spaghettification. You would become a stream of atoms, adding your mass to the singularity. Heat death, this is how it ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. Trillions of years from now, stars will stop forming, existing. Stars will burn out. Black holes will evaporate. The universe will become dark, cold, and empty. Entropy will reach its maximum. Time will lose its meaning. Just a vast, silent, eternal sleep. But that is a long, long time from now. For now we have stars. We have warmth. We have sleep. We have reached the edge of the map. The stars have thinned out. The galaxies are just faint smudges behind us. We're drifting now. Engine power is at zero. Systems are powering down. Lights dimming. Look out the window one last time. There is nothing but deep, peaceful darkness. No sound, no motion, just rest. Your journey is complete. You're safe in the capsule, drifting in the orbit of sleep. Gravity is letting you go. Thoughts are letting you go. Breathe in the silence. Breathe out the day. The universe will be here when you wake up. But for now, it is time to close your eyes, to turn off the screens, to drift into the deep, into the night, into space. Sleep well, traveler. Good night.